All right. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? So today I'm doing something a little different. All right. So today I'm doing something a little different, and the reason being is that I can't figure out why my phone isn't doing the mirroring that I had it doing initially. So right now I'm mainly talking to people on YouTube. I'll put the phone on when I need to, for recording purposes for content. So that'll be that. So right now I'm on here, and I'm still going to, of course, show you guys what my screen looks like when I take certain pictures. But today's goal is motion blur. Okay, so as you guys can see, came on here a little late, but it is what it is. We're gonna make it work. If I have to go a little over, just to make sure that I give the allotted time to be able to present what I need to present, then I'll do that. So no worries on that. As you can see, my current setup, as you guys know, I like to give you guys my current setup. So right now I have my softbox. Okay, softbox, my speed light, one diffuser inside. Okay, then of course I got my camera, which is right here, and it's not turned on just yet because it would ultimately switch on my computer. So right now I also do have a reflector in case I need it. It's attached to this tripod right here. Um, Black backdrop. I also do have a tube light right here off to the side. That is so that I can emit colors, right? And if I need to, I will absolutely bring out this other light that I have here. That is a colored LED light, to be able to see if I can also utilize that as well. But for the most part, this is the whole entire setup right here. All right. So what we're gonna do is the idea, the intention is to be able to get a motion blur, a blur within my shots. All right, so that means that I will have the goal is for me to try to get into the center of my shot or whatever, making a pose. I hold that pose freezes, and then I also move around to where it is also showing movement, and that's gonna be the blur part, right? Now the trick is for me to be able to bring my shutter speed all the way down, right? So instead of me having it as high as I can, which is like 1 over 250, 1 over 500, I'm going to bring it down. So if I can bring it down as low as I can and be able to capture a really good still shot, I have to keep in mind that because the shutter is low, it is also going to be a slow take, right? So I will be playing around with that, and then we're going to see what works best, what gives the best view, what gives the best image ultimately, just so that way I can obviously have something to play with, and I can say, okay, I marked this off my checklist that I was able to complete this. All right, so that's what we're gonna get into right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get set up, and we'll start, of course, going through everything and seeing how everything looks. I'm gonna do a test shot, as you guys already know. I'm doing a test shot so I can see how it looks, and then we're gonna start tweaking it from there. All right. All right. So I decided I was gonna go ahead and still record this right here. So let me go ahead and also make sure that. Actually, no, I need all the scenes. I'll leave that as is. Okay, so we'll come back to that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this test shot right quick. So I'm gonna turn this on. That is going to turn on my laptop. It's gonna make it pop up. Let me know. Yep, I'm trying to do things. Then once that shows up, of course, I select remote shooting. Once that pops up, then of course I get this other screen that shows up. So I'll bring this up for a little bit. All right, now the test shot. Okay. So what we're gonna do is gonna be right here. All right. So I'm gonna turn my trigger on, and I'm also gonna turn on my speed light. Okay. Now my flash power is currently at 1/16. We're gonna try 1/32. Let's see. I need one more stand. All right. So I've got one more stand that I can represent to be me. So now I will make sure that I have my live view on. So I'll put this here. That's gonna represent me by my height. About my height. Okay. Alright. Then I'm gonna adjust this. So with this right now, again, it is just gonna be just for the purpose of seeing what everything looks like. So I'll bring this up. Make sure that it is facing me, so I'll bring this back a little bit. And this is where I'll stand, right? So from there, there we go. This was getting dark. Okay. So from here, now I get to check out. I'm adjusting my camera right now. So you probably like, what is happening? So I want to make sure. I'm gonna try to do better than having you guys really see this whole setup for those of you that are on YouTube. Okay, so here, but I also gotta turn off my ambient light. So that's gonna be my lamp that's off to the side. Gotta turn that off, and also the lights behind. Let it be in front of me. All right. Okay, so here we go. Hold up, is my timer on? And it is. Okay. So now we'll go here. It's counting down. Okay, now keep in mind, this shutter speed right now, it got some type of speed to it, right? So meaning, right now it is currently at 1/125. It's at 1/125, which is not very fast, but it's also not very slow. So obviously for the purpose of this, we want to make sure that it's giving us some slow movement. Okay. This right here. All right, so now I'll show you guys what that looks like. So we'll go here, and I'm going to, that is, let's see where you're at. Right there. There we go. So you see how that looks? That is definitely not what I want that to be. But we're also going to fix that. Okay, so let's see something. Turn this off. Oh, okay. So I got to end the session. Turn that off. I'm gonna see if this works because this has been irritating me. That didn't work at all. Because it showed all the other windows but this one. Okay. Turn this back on. Alright. Finally fixed that. Okay. So now that we're here, so the image, as you can see, is definitely dark. Okay, so now what we want to do is, as you guys know, we can change that up a few different ways. I can increase the flash power, or I can actually go ahead and adjust my aperture. Now the aperture, I do want me to be crisp and clean, so I'm gonna leave it as is as of right now, because currently my aperture is sitting at 4.5. Okay. And if I bring it any lower, it'll bring more light in, but it'll definitely start making things blurry. All right. So what I'll probably do is increase this as well as probably bring it closer. So since it is at 1/32, we'll bring it down to 1/16 for the flash power. Bring this closer. Test this out right quick. Should be right here. And that's just to get the starting shot. So move this over here. So that way it's making sure it's actually in the middle. Alright, let's try this again. Now, let's make it, it's a little brighter. Alright, definitely a little brighter. So, something I definitely have noticed that I see about myself, I like these dark images, alright? And that's fine, that's my style for me, right? So, if I decide that I want to change up that style, I can definitely do so, but that's me having to add more light. So, we're going to, now I'm going to see if I'm going to test out with the reflector to see if that helps add in a little more light for me. But I'm also going to rotate this. So I'm going to rotate this towards the front. I'm going to move this reflector right here to see if that's going to bounce. Okay? But I do want it to bounce ultimately. That's the goal. Okay? So make sure that this is here. So that's the reflector, right? Hopefully it can fill in some of this space right here. Let's move this right here. Okay. Alright, so let's try this one more time, and I think I'm going to bring this down a little more. Is it facing? It actually is. So I'll leave that here, move this here. Again, this is just to get the crisp first shots. That's it. And hope that it fills in the light on me. I did see it reflect. There we go. As you can see, me moving it towards the front made a big difference. And not only that, of course, it looked like it did bounce off of the reflector some. Okay, so that's ultimately what I wanted. Alright, and of course, make sure that it's positioned over my head, that type of shit. So I'll adjust that in a second. Okay, so now we got the first shot going. So now is being able to add the motion blur. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like if I were to drop the shutter speed all the way down. So we're going to move that down to 1 over, the lowest as we can go, because we can literally go to 1 over 4. Oh shit, we can actually go down to, was it a 0.4 situation? 1 over 4, and they got quotes for the other ones before that. I don't even know what that is. So we'll do 1 over 8. All right, we'll do 1 over 8. Let's just try that out. And then I'm gonna add in this light behind me. All right. So first I'm gonna add the light, and I'm also gonna move around to see if it's going to adjust. Okay, so let's do that. I do want that green light. I feel like it'll be nice. So let's try that. I don't think I really have to adjust anything else. Here. All right, now I was able to capture it, right? But as you can see, it did capture it. Okay, it captured and also got some of the hair light on it. Now the thing is with this is having to figure out how to create the motion blur, which I can move when it's about to go off. I can try it again to see if that makes a difference. But even with that, it caught me, right? So let me try it one more time. Let's see what that did. So there we go. So there you go. All right. So there's that blur. Now, if I remember correctly, there's supposed to be a setting on my camera where I can actually create the blur and have it go where the timing. Okay, where I have it going where the timing is actually still going even after I did the blur. So let's go to. That's that. Not that one. Let's go to times. Let's do 3 times. And see if that makes a difference. So right now it's 1 over, so it's 1 over 16 3 times. I believe it's supposed to get like a third, 3 pictures, or 2 other pictures afterwards. I believe that's what it's supposed to do. So again, this is the purpose of doing it, so that way we can mess up and see what works and what doesn't work. All right. So we're gonna try that out, see if that makes a difference, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So we're gonna try that because you got this right here. So now I'm gonna try to move around first. Okay, let's see. So the blur is doing what it needs to do. So I think I might drop it down a little bit more. I think I'll drop it down a little more. So we'll do the 4. We'll do 4. Okay. I'm really trying to mess with this. Yep, no, that didn't do it. Okay. It's like the last one was even better when it came to the motion blur. So, and then also because it went down to 4, it did give it a how do you call it? It did give it more ambient light. That's what that is. It's trying to capture on the sides. So there's also that to consider, right? So I'm gonna bring it back up to let's say 8. Okay. Then we're gonna see. Let's click on that. Okay. All right. So I will give you guys a tip. One thing that I actually have done and noticed on here as well is sometimes going to like ChatGPT can also help. Um, motion blur. Okay. Now, keep in mind, I feel like I definitely have done the motion blur part. It's just interesting how it's coming out. So I'm gonna do it again with the setting that I currently have it on, but I'm gonna use a different light to go with it. All right, so I do have this light, right? This is a different light. I can change the color if I want to. Whites. Alright, so that's another green. So let's try green on green. This is gonna be a very interesting concept for tonight. Alright. So here we go. Oh, that one I definitely didn't do. Ah, that's pretty dope. This is pretty dope. We're gonna try it one more time so that way the light can hit. Because they didn't do it that time. So if you haven't got an idea, you can see how the motion blur is being created. Alright, so now it's trying to determine what other adjustments do I need to make. Do I need to change the aperture possibly? And I can do that. Change the aperture, because if I change the aperture, if I bring it down, I can actually bring my flash power up. Aperture right now is at 4.5, and I actually can't go any lower than that. Shutter speed though, I can definitely drop. So let's do that. Let's drop that to, let's do 100 for that one. I'll bring this back to 16, 1/16. Alright. I'm going to try to change the hertz as well. Let's do 330 for that one. Because I got the blur. Like, I got the blur. If that's what I really want to do, I got that. Try one more time. Now, again, this is a perfect example as to why doing something like this is beneficial. That's cool. All right. And I'm saying the reason why doing something like this is beneficial is because you get to see the mistakes you got to kind of go through. You get to see what's not working, what does work. So when I am in front of an actual a model, then I can say, okay, cool, this is what I want to do, and this is how I can make it happen. So again, this is a perfect example as to why I'm hosting these types of lives, is so that way you don't see it perfect every single time. So I am right now figuring this thing out. Like I don't went to Google to search to see if there's something else I can find. Maybe I'm missing. Excuse me, maybe I'm missing. Right? So now that I know that I'm here, okay. Now that I know, I want to make sure my mic was actually working. Because man, it's been some times. Now that I know that I'm here, so I also know that now, and I also know that this is working, right? So the next thing to do at this point would be to just basically keep trying, maybe try different colors even, as far as the lights, all right? So let's do that. And if I have to, I can even move this maybe even closer to the front of me. If that makes sense, it will help you somehow. All right. Now make sure this is not blocking it, of course. Let's try that. That didn't do nothing. Let's try this again. I don't even know, did the light go off? I feel like it went off. I think I've seen it go off. Alright, so we're gonna try try this again. Alright, now keep in mind there will also be moments when you're doing this, you might get frustrated. Because right now I'm just like, I don't like how this is looking. I don't like that this is doing what it's doing to me. And it's ultimately gonna make me get to a place where I'm gonna have to try this on my own without being live, just to practice it, right? Just to really see what is going on, how to fix what didn't work the first time, right? So right now, I'm just gonna keep this low, probably do these. The light didn't go off that at the time. I can see that. Alright, so that's still on. Try this one more time. That's probably getting weak. Just a little bit. Okay. Alright, so ultimately, that's the gist, but I am going to go to the ones that I actually did like and how they came out. It's going to be this right here. Today's date. There's also a light. Like this one. I'm gonna show you guys that with it right now. I like that one. And I also like this one at the bottom. But it's the fact. So, just to give you guys an idea, motion blur, as you can see, is literally you controlling the amount of light that goes into your camera, right? Or how fast is captured. Okay. Now, I'm gonna mess around with some more details on it, and we're gonna play around with some stuff right now. So I got some time, so I'm gonna play around with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this Probably back this way a little bit. Okay. Now, this is what we're gonna do. Cause I'm not. I'm showing you the one I really liked, which was this one here. This image. I definitely like this one. I thought this one came out pretty cool. All right. Um, just because this one was pretty cool too. Just because of the fact of how it does have the blur itself. Like that's dope. That's dope, right? Saying actually, what I could do for something like this is I could right click on it. Let me see. I think it's gonna be the file info. That'll tell me how I took the picture. All right. So that says that was at a 400 ISO. It's like once I dropped the ISO, it seemed as if things started really change. So I could bring the ISO back to 400. Okay. Um, and then of course my aperture was at 4.5. And then I also had it to where the and you see the shutter speed was at 1/8. So we can keep that where it's at, but we'll adjust the ISO. We'll go back to 400 for that. Let's see if we can duplicate what we just did. Okay, so let's do that right quick. All right. So, and again, we're gonna play around with some stuff, make some adjustments on this to see if it makes a difference. Okay. That one looks like it's good. That one looks like it's good. So now I'm gonna slow the shutter speed down even more. Okay. And I'm probably gonna bring these the number times number as well as the hertz back down to 1 like I had initially. I'm gonna leave it at 1/16. I'm gonna bring the shutter speed down to 1/4. It's probably gonna bring some ambient light in, which is fine. I'll zoom in, take the shot. Now let's see what we're working with. There we go. There we go. So you see what caused it, right? You see what made it, right? You see what I had to do to get it to start looking better. So it exaggerated the light, right? It exaggerated my motions, right? So now I think I need to bring it down even more, right? So we're gonna bring it down just a little bit more. And right now it is showing like 0. I can't even say what is that 0-3 or 0.3. So we'll try. Cause I've never been in that range, so we're gonna try and see what that looks like. And then we're gonna try to also see if this will give me what I want. Okay. All right. So because I didn't move when it went off, it didn't give me what I wanted. Right. So there's also concepts that I've seen where people have been able to do, and to have them standing still, and then they're still able to move around. So I haven't figured out how to do that just yet, and it may not be in this one, which is fine. But the fact that I'm able to still create the blur, the motion blur itself, I think it's dope. I personally feel like it's really, really cool. So we're gonna go ahead and bring that down even more. We'll say over. We'll say 1.5, 0.5 for the shutter speed. I don't know what that is, but that's what we're gonna call it. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. That's cool. That's cool. It's like I got a saber. All right. That's what it looks like. It's giving that. It's giving that. So, can you like? Are you guys able to really see that? Like that's cool. Like that's really cool. So it's the effects that you want, and of course, if you have the skills to be able to create, the skills to be able to ultimately create it with Photoshop, you want to do something different with it, please do so right now. So right now I'm gonna do some more, and I'm gonna move around my body even more to see if that also makes it amplify more, right? Yeah, it did it. It did it. It did it. So let's fuck around with some shit. Just a few more shots. A few more shots. Like, see that. See that. Right? Like, see that. Intentional motion blur. And I really can just take another snapshot right here while I'm sitting here looking at it. And I can do one of these. Right? And I can impose this shot in front of the other shot. Like I could do that. I can blend them together. Right? I could really do that. So let's have it. Like create an idea. Let's create an idea. Let's put something together. Right? So from here, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. All right, so I'm gonna wait. I think I gotta wait. I think it's a timing thing, right? So as soon as it's about to shoot, yeah, yeah. All right, so let's try something else. See if that works. I'm gonna try to pause at each one. Hopefully it catches me. It did. Oh, motion blur. We figured it out. We figured it out. I'm over here looking like, oh my god, how am I gonna get this? Am I gonna figure it out? And of course, I still want to do the other images of it, but at the end of the day, I figured it out in how to really create the motion blur, right? And it's all about slowing down the shutter speed. Now, I kept the aperture as what it was for the most part because I did want it to have as crisp as possible for the most part. Um, of course, I can make it go higher. Like I could definitely do that. But I like how it's looking right now. So I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna play around with some more. But ultimately, this is the idea, right? So now, as it counts down, it's getting ready to go off. I will close, close, because it did get the thing behind me. Didn't get it to go behind me, So that's pretty cool. So you guys let me know what you guys think. Like, is this a cool effect for you? Do you feel like something you might want to mess with a little more? Something you want to see differently when it comes to it? Let me know. What's that? That. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy with how it's coming out. Um, and again, I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that I wanted a different feel. I knew that I wanted something to look good ultimately for me, and I wanted it to really pop out. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with what is giving right now. I can't complain. Right? So, and I'm just like, I can do some stuff with it. I can do some stuff because I play with Photoshop anyway, so this would be great for me to be able to have some things on Photoshop ultimately, just to be able to see how I can combine multiple images together, blend them together, really give a nice motion blur effect. But this was dope. This was dope. When I finally figured out just to keep dropping it lower and lower, it started giving what I need to do. Like if I dropped it even more, like we could do that even more. Like it's So right now we have one quote, one full quote. I guess I don't know what that means, so I'm gonna figure that out. But I'm gonna try that to see. Maybe it makes it drag even more, which would be really cool. Let's see if we can create something. Like I literally almost wrote something. So this was cool. This was cool. So right now I am gonna call it a wrap for this right here. Just for the sake of obviously for this video. But I am going to also alright, there we go. I need a clicker for this. Alright, but I'm also going to say and let you guys know, try this out for yourselves. Try this out. See what you think. See if it's something that you really want to keep working with. See if it's something that you want to keep messing with. To see if you like it, right? You might really enjoy what it's doing for you. So definitely try this out for yourself. We'll go ahead and turn this one off. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. If this is something that you thought was pretty cool, you're looking forward to trying it out yourself. I am always thinking about different things to definitely create when it comes to my photography. So I will have another idea that I want to test out on for next week, and I'll definitely let you guys know. And you just come watch me, come see what I'm doing, come see how I'm doing it. And then if I figure out something else on how to do when it comes to this motion blur, especially the other thing I was telling you guys about, where it's you're starting in one position and it catches you while you're moving, you're standing still, and then it also catches you where you're moving around. If I can figure that out, I will let you know. And if not, don't worry about it. We're gonna keep trying. We're gonna keep doing different things because this is what it's all about. Photography mistakes, where you get to come here and you get to try out a lot of different ideas. You get to fuck up. You don't have to worry about anybody judging you, and this is the place to do this. So make sure that you also join my Patreon. I am going to be dropping a section specifically for photography, so you'll see a lot of these videos on there. You go on there, you ask me any questions that you have. I'll also be adding some more videos on there that won't be found on YouTube, so please be aware of all those things right now. Patreon is free, so please jump on there, get as much information as you can, try out a bunch of different things. So let's start building a community so people can really feel like they can really try out and get started and grow over time. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll check you on the next clip for next week.